Greetings all! Today we'd be taking a look at Tamiya's 50th anniversary Special Edition Panther Ausf. Now you might be wondering what makes this kit special. Let's take a look. Now from the get-go we can see that Tamiya added in 3 of their detail up parts for the Panther Ausf. To start off, we have the individual track links over here, the metal gun barrel, as well as the photo etched grill sets. Now for the metal gun barrel set, they include a nicely done gun breech, which would give the turret a nice interior. For the individual track links, you have a 2-part construction. First part would be popping in the central guide horns into the middle of the track links and popping the track links together to create a track set. Next, we have the tub lower hull with nicely done suspension details on the side. Next would be the upper hull. Now, one thing I would like to mention about the upper hull is that the surface detail is actually rough. So once you finish the tank, it would give the tank a nice surface detail once you have it painted and weathered. Next, you have the turret piece with the same detail on the surface, as well as some weld marks on the sides. Next, you have the suspension and running gear sprue. Now here you can see that all the road wheels, the idler wheels, as well as the drive sprockets are here. You also have the torsion arms, the individual track links that go on the sides of the tank, as well as some of the periscopes right there, and the brackets for the side skirt. I might be wondering what this thing is. It's actually the fans that go on the engine deck on the rear. So you pop that in underneath the hull, you put the photo etched grills on top, and you have a nice detail. Next, we have here the rear hull panel, the rear turret panel, the gun mantlet, some stowage bins, the rings for the construction of the cupola, and we also have the upper torso as well as the legs for the figures included. The rest would be some hatches as well as the smoke dischargers on the sides of the turret. Now their longest sprue would contain a lot of the parts for the exterior detailing. You have here the side skirts, the fan covers, the individual track rack, exhaust pipes, and you have a majority of the tools and tool racks on the side. Another interesting thing to note with the kit is that it comes with a plastic one-piece molded gun barrel. So this basically eliminates any seams you have to fill and sand. This is the lower turret piece, which would lock the turret into place on the hull. Now one thing I would like to mention is that the muzzle brake is a 2-piece construction. Now for the metal gun barrel set, it does not include a metal muzzle brake. So the construction actually calls you to use this muzzle brake for the metal gun barrel. Aside from that, all of which are for the lower part of the hull and for the sides and the hatches. Next, we have a note here that says the belt type tracks are not included. So you might be wondering what belt type tracks is Tamiya talking about. Now the kit is based on their 2015 release of the Panther Ausf. Now the kit came with belt type tracks, and again, the detail up parts were for separate use. So they packed all the detail up parts and the kit into one box, but remove the belt type tracks and use the individual ones. Next up, we have the bag that comes with the polycaps, the copper wire, as well as the thread. Now the thread would be used for the towing cable, the copper wire for details on the tool parts, or one of the tool parts, and the polycaps would be for the road wheels, the drive sprocket, and the idler wheel. The remaining papers inside the box would be for the detail up part construction. Now, as I mentioned earlier, the separate track links are a two-part construction. First, you pop the guide horns into the center of the track link and snap together the track links to form the track set. Now, it says here that you do not have to cement the track links in order for it to stick together. Next, we have the assembly for the photo etched grill set. Now, it just basically says there that you have to pop out the grills and glue them onto the engine deck. Next, we have the decal set, which would give you basically markings for any Panther tank that participated in the Battle of Kursk. Now, one thing I like about the kit is that they included this nice pamphlet, or this nice mini magazine. It has background information in Japanese, as well as English and French and German. I'm mistaken, that's only... oh no, it is French and German. French over here and German over here. They also give you an overview of the tank, some specifications, and when I browsed earlier, you can see the camo and the decal markings. So all the tanks you can see here, tank option number letter A, option B, and option C are all from the Battle of Kursk, July 1943. So they're the same color scheme, red, brown, dark green, and dark yellow, but different patterns as well as decals used. Now, on the last part, you can see here real-life pictures of the Panther D, which give you a nice idea of the tank. And lastly, we have Tamiya's instruction manual. Now, one thing I like about the manual is that it is stapled right in the middle, so it's not those multi-fold instruction manuals that you have to open and open. So you just browse the pages as so. Now, you might have noticed there's one more detail up part for the Panther Ausf, which is the German tank engine maintenance crew set. Now, Tamiya did not add this, so if you want an engine maintenance crew set, you're going to have to buy that separately. Now, the construction is pretty straightforward, and Tamiya has it nicely pictured out for you. Now, this part would be for the construction of the belt type track, but again, the belt type track is not included in this kit, and it uses the individual track sets. And as you can see here, you have to assemble the muzzle brake, attach it onto the gun barrel, and then attach it to the turret. Now, the same goes for the metal gun barrel. You have to build the muzzle brake, attach it to the metal barrel, attach it to the turret, and you're done. Last part would be indications for coloring the crew figures included in the kits and where to place them. Next, we also have where the engine grills are placed, as well as the Panther engine right over there. Some minor details and notes from Tamiya at the back for painting and applying decals, as well as their aftermarket service card at the bottom. So basically, this is a pretty straightforward Panther Ausf kit, nicely done again by Tamiya. So I am hopeful that I'd be able to build this kit and show you more about it in the coming days. So thank you all and have a nice day.